Welcome back to Trading Wars. Today I'm going to be doing a weekly recap. We're going to be looking at all the trading opportunities that we had in the week. It was the best week for me for the whole year, and I'm very excited to share the results with you guys, and hopefully you can learn something from this video. All right, so if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. Okay, so we're going to start off on Monday, and like each and every day, we have to draw the previous day's low and the previous day's high. So make sure that you guys do this because it's important to see where we open, how close we are to the previous day's high or how close we are to the previous day's low, because that will give you some idea on what you're expecting to look for. So the first setup on Monday, we opened right at near the previous day's high in this area. We didn't open near the previous day's low. We didn't open in the middle of the range. So what we can do is we can take a Fibonacci from the high to the low, and we can use these levels, the 786, the 886, and the full, which is the previous day's high, as areas of resistance. So the first setup of the week was, well, we knew that we were opening near the previous day's high, and our expectation is that this zone is going to be area of resistance. So just by being patient, once we got up into this 886 zone, we saw this double top formation, and we also saw these two long wicks rejections. So you could have either entered on a candlestick or you could have entered using a limit order. So if we entered using the limit order, we would have had our short entry on the 886 with a stop loss above the swing high. And that would have been able to get us easily a 3R risk reward. And if you, in general, like I say, I always want to be scaling out at 1.52, 2.53, 3.54, etc. I just scale out in risk multiples. It keeps it very, very simple. Okay. So we're able to get at least 3R on this day. So I'm just going to write that here, plus 3R. So guys, our risk unit is $1,000. So that means that's $3,000. Okay. I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to go to the next day. So now, let me get rid of this. So now we have to do the same thing. Now we draw the new low, which is here. And then we draw the new high, which is up here. And then we ask ourselves, where are we opening? Well, like I said before, if we open near the previous day's low, then I'm looking for that to be support. So this on Tuesday, we opened right on the previous day's low, and we had a beautiful engulfing bar. So very, very powerful bar. So you could have either used this candlestick, so you entered right above the high with a stop a little bit below the low, like so. And if you were able to just hold on to this, it easily get our 3R target. So I'm going to put that here. There are two other options to get involved here. One is having a blind limit order on the actual previous day's low with a stop down here. So this is a part of my limit system. If you want the exact rules, check out my website. And then we had the Fibonacci setup, which was from my book that I released last week. So the Fibonacci setup here is a limit order on the 50% with the stop either below the 618 or 786, like so. We'll do a limit like this, stop below 786 to be conservative, and that's easy. Gonna get you at least 2. So you'll be scaling on the way out. And if you want to use the candle, what we could do, we have the inside bar. We enter on the close of the candle like this, put our stop right hugging the low of the inside bar, and we're at least able to get a 1.9. So at least a 1.5. But if we're just using the simple candlestick entry at the previous day's low, that's another 3R. Okay. And then here comes my big winning day, which was the big short. And I'm going to do the same thing. So now here's the previous day's high. Here's the previous day's low. What do we want to do? We open near the previous day's high. Now we're waiting for the confirmation to go short. So I did a full video on this. Please take a look at the video. But I was able to make 7R on this day. So that's going to be $7,000. Okay. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because I made a whole video about it. Okay. So please check that out. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And then we move on to Thursday. So Thursday was a day where I actually didn't take any trades because I didn't like any of the setups I got. So let's do the same thing again. So we're going to put the previous day's low here and then the previous day's high. So sometimes in trading, you're not going to get, the trades every single day. and you got to be able to stay disciplined and not do anything stupid on those days. So we had this gap down, we had this big bar, and I was waiting for an initial 618 pullback somewhere to come in and fill me. And I had orders waiting here, and unfortunately, I didn't get filled, but the 618 did come later in the day, which was around 220. But by that time, I was already canceled all my trades and I was done for the day. I don't like trading into the close. But here was the setup. We had that textbook pop. We had the pull back to the 50 to the 50. So you could have scalped this, and then we pulled to the 620 and we had a big runner. So that was the setup there. Unfortunately, I didn't get involved because the timing was just too late for what I like. And then currently we have this playing out over here. So I'm going to get rid of this. So we had the previous day's low again, and then we had the previous day's high. And literally the same thing happened, what we did earlier in the week. We had this confirmation right here holding the previous day's low. So if you're able to get in on the candlestick like this, you'd be able to get a 1.5, which is the minimum target. But what I did today was I used my limit entry, which is just an entry on the previous day's low with other conditions, but that's in my system. So, you know, if you're interested on that, check out my website. And I was able to get most of my position off for 2R, and I had a little bit on for 3. So I was able to get away with about 2.5R on total. So put that 2.5R is 2,500. Okay. So unfortunately, I wish I would have gotten the previous day's play, but you know, you're not going to get them all. So let's do the math real quick. 3,000, 3,000, 7,000, that's 13. And then we have 2,500 here, which is 15,500. So an amazing, amazing, amazing week. Can't ask for anything more than this. Lately, the markets have been playing to my style and my systems. And in November, it wasn't that good. But I kept following my rules and I kept following my process, and now I'm reaping the rewards. If you don't have rules, if you don't have a system, you're just gambling, and you might as well not even be in the market. You might as well go to Las Vegas and have fun. So treat this as a business or don't do it at all. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed something. Basically, what I was trying to teach in this video is using the previous day's high and low to establish your bias and figuring out from there how you want to trade. I have a big announcement that I'm going to be extending the apprentice program from 1 month to 2 months. I find that when I work with traders for a longer time, they want more time with me and they learn a lot more. So I'm going to be doing it for 2 months. If you want to join the apprentice program for next year, because I'm already full, DM me on Twitter or sign up on my website. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend.